In this video, I'm going to be putting together some outdoor DIYs using Dollar Tree items. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katelyn and I love all things crafting and DIY. So if you love crafting and creating beautiful home decor, make sure you subscribe so you can be getting some more content, and then leave me a big thumbs up because it really helps my channel to grow. Today's video is going to be so fun, not only because we're making some fun, easy to do Dollar Tree projects that can go outdoors, but this is also going to be in collaboration with some of my friends here on YouTube. I'll put a playlist down below so you can get tons of more outdoor DIY inspiration, but today I am collabing with Jennifer from Little Bit of Common Crazy, Courtney from Creative on the Cheap, Jessica from Measure and Mix, and Shannon from The Daily DIYer. All of these ladies are such talented, creative people, so I know you're going to love their videos. Like I say, I'll link all of them down below, so make sure you go check them out and give them a follow. So now let's jump on into my projects for today. I'm not going to lie, I struggled a little bit, but I still think they turned out really cute. So let's jump on into the video. So for the first DIY, I wanted to put together like a high-end looking tray using this Dollar Tree tray. I was super excited whenever I found this. It is just a really good size for $1 and just a really pretty shape. So I was so excited to find this and knew exactly what I wanted to do with it, which was to give it kind of like a farmhouse look. So I'm using some of my Rust-Oleum hammered color, which is kind of like a galvanized look, and I took that outside and completely spray painted it in a couple coats, and it just turned out really pretty. And it does look hammered if you were very up close to it. I'll show you some close-up shots in a second, but I wanted this tray to kind of contrast a little bit, almost as if it had like a wooden bottom, although I'm just painting this with some truffle brown chalk paint. I obviously didn't want to put like wood in the bottom, like popsicle sticks or anything cheap like that, because I knew this was going outside and it would be weathered, and I am going to put this under a covered porch. I wouldn't recommend leaving out any of these DIYs because they are made out of Dollar Tree items. I would like them to be covered just to give them a little bit more protection from the rain and the sun, but I just painted the inside middle of this, and I think it is beautiful, exactly what I was going for, and really just makes it look high-end by not just leaving it this solid gray color. After my brown chalk paint had dried, I took this outside and completely coated it with some of this 2X gloss clear spray paint. This is definitely my favorite by Rust-Oleum. I just feel like it really protects everything, especially putting it outside, and just gives it a really nice coating to, like I say, protect it. It did kind of react with the spray paint a little bit, and it kind of wrinkled it up. I personally love how it came out, and I think it just gives it more of a textured look. It makes it look nicer. So you can judge for yourself if you didn't like that. You can use just, I guess, silver spray paint. It may be because it was the hammered look, and the places that it was kind of built up, the spray paint kind of made it wrinkle up for some reason, but I personally like it. And then I wanted to add some handles to the edges, and because I was going for something super fast that looked really nice, I'm using some of my nautical rope. Nautical rope is something that I was struggling with finding at Dollar Tree, so I'm just using what I had. I had bought these wooden spools from TJ Maxx before quarantine, and I just wanted them really for the wooden spool, but I'm so excited that I did purchase them because it has all of that rope on there that I am getting good use out of. So I just went ahead and hot glued these down. You definitely can feel free to tack these with something else besides hot glue if you're worried about it getting too warm and peeling off, but like I say, this is just be on a covered deck, so I'm not too worried about it, and I glued those down on both sides and finished up this tray. I had everything on hand, so pretty much I just spent $1 to make this gorgeous little tray. If you bought an outdoor tray anywhere else, it would be very expensive, so I just thought this was a really cool idea to spruce up an outdoor space. Moving on to the next DIY, I wanted to make a gorgeous yard stake or garden stake. Now I usually put mine in a planter or a pot, like I say, under a covered porch just to make sure it is protected, but I did film this out in the yard just to show you how beautiful that it was. But to get started, I wanted to make a little birdhouse looking piece on my stake, and I had made some farmhouse houses out of these Dollar Tree arrows before, so I thought this would be a great use for one of those again. Now I wanted this to be colorful. As much as I love neutrals and farmhouse colors indoors, whenever it comes to outside, I love lots and lots of color. I just think it's really fun with the pops of blues and pinks and just all the colors outside. So I had painted this with some Waverly chalk paint in the Lagoon color, I'm pretty sure it's called. And it was just such a bright blue color, which I love, but I wanted to make it a little bit more subtle. So I'm brushing over that with just some white acrylic paint to kind of thin it down, and you can see leave those beautiful little white streaks on there. I pick up these wooden stakes from Walmart and they are less than $1. I've seen other YouTubers get longer ones, but I found these little short ones for like 98 cents, so I just went ahead and picked those up. And then I wanted it to have like a neutral background, so all of my colors will pop off of there, so I'm just painting it with my truffle brown chalk paint. I have some of these little tin hearts left over from Valentine's signs that I thought would be so cute on here, and actually a lot of this sign coordinated with each other on accident. So after I glued that down, I wanted to put a little roof on it like I did with the farmhouse houses I've made before, and these little chunky blocks from Dollar Tree work perfect for that because it actually makes it look like little shingles because they are being pieced together. So I really like that they were tiny little blocks, so I just laid them out so I would know how many to glue together, and then I just removed them and glued them each to each other before gluing them down. Once again, I am using hot glue, but these are going outside, so if you are a little bit nervous about them heating up and the glue melting, you can go ahead and use wood glue on this, but just for video purposes and for my own preference and just speeding things along, I'm just tacking these together with some hot glue. You'll have to let me know down in the comments down below if you are making outdoor decor, what is your favorite glue? Do you like the E6000, liquid nails, wood glue, like the Elmer's wood glue, or what brand wood glue? Just keep me in the loop and let me know what you would use so that I can keep an eye out and try to pick up some different options. I wanted this birdhouse to have little arrows going opposite directions to look all cute like you were in a little pathway sign. So I am taking apart one of these little summer signs from Dollar Tree that has the little pre-made arrows, and at first I thought I was going to trim them down, but then actually putting them on the sign, I like them being longer, so I'm going to go ahead and paint these white and distress them with a little bit of sandpaper, and then I'll show you how I add my words. I know some of you all probably didn't believe me when you heard me say that I was going to try to use and enjoy all of these words all year, so I'm really going to. I was sent a ton of these middle words by my sweet subscribers because I mentioned I wanted them, so I'm going to put them to good use. And then I picked out this little Friends natural wood color word from Hobby Lobby, and at first I thought I was going to paint it, but then it matches the little roof of this birdhouse perfect, so I thought everything coordinated so nice, like the little metal in the heart matches the little metal welcome sign, and like I said about the Friends, so it just all pulled together and looks so nice glued together. My brush was still wet from painting the yard stake, so I went ahead and used what was left over in it to kind of distress the roof just a tiny bit. I didn't want to cover over that natural wood color, but I thought it just added an extra little touch to it. And then that's how I finished this up. I think it is adorable. It's even cuter when I got it planted in the ground. And then on to the last DIY. I'm going to be making over some of Dollar Tree's plastic planter pots or flower planters. These were so big. I was so excited to find these. For $1, these are a nice large size that I thought would work perfect in a DIY. If you remember, I made a high-end video making little succulent planters about a month or two ago maybe, and I love the look of these, and I know a lot of people said that they would like to do that on a larger size. I thought this would be the perfect time to attempt this. I started spray painting them with some of my Rust-Oleum white matte paint, and I'm not gonna lie, it did flake off really bad even after letting it set overnight and not touching it. It started to flake off whenever I touched it. So if you're gonna make these, I would recommend actually hand painting them, or maybe trying a different brand, or maybe it was because it was matte spray paint. I'm not sure. I never struggle with the Rust-Oleum spray paint, but for some reason they did not like sticking to these little cheap shiny pots. So just keep that in mind. And then I am taking some of my steel color to get that gray band around the top, and at first I was hand painting them, and then I decided that I couldn't keep it straight enough, so I thought that I would add painter's tape on there to keep my lines perfectly crisp, which was also a mistake because of the white paint problem coming off. And I know I don't have a lot of footage of it coming off, but just trust me, don't put painter's tape on there. It just really pulled off. So I really wish that I would have just tried my best and went ahead and hand painted those around the top. But I had to do a couple coats of the steel color around the top just to make it look like a nice full coat of paint. And then I go ahead and remove my painter's tape. Like I said, you can't really tell on camera, but you can see a few little nicks. But most of that I got gray paint on there, so I did have to go back and touch that up. But after my gray paint dried, I just went ahead and felt like it was gonna all come off anyway, so I just went ahead and with some of my chalk paint, I just coated this. Now my friend Megan from Glue Guns and Roses said that you can prime plastic with like a layer of Mod Podge and then spray paint it so it won't flake off. And I know that if you hurry up and would spray paint these with clear coat, that it wouldn't have chipped off. So I was just waiting until I got my paint on there and then drew my little designs. But anyways, just a tip of advice. You can still make these, but you just do it different than I did. So then I'm taking some of my black paint markers from Walmart, and I just hand drew a little squiggly line all the way around to get the same effect as that little planter, and then going in and drawing some of these leaves. And this is how they came together. I still think it turned out really cute, even the struggles that I had, and I'm loving how it looks setting in my little rose garden. Thank you all so much for coming along with me today. I had a lot of fun putting these projects together and making outdoor DIYs. You'll have to let me know what you're working on right now. And then don't forget about the playlist down below that I am working with some of my DIY friends here on YouTube. Go and follow them and check out their videos. They're going to have a ton of more outdoor DIY inspiration. And there wasn't any rules or anything, so some of it's Dollar Tree, some of it's thrift flips, or just whatever that we had. So I'm super excited to work with them. That was Jennifer from Little Bit of Common Crazy, Jessica from Measure and Mix, Courtney from Creative on the Cheap, and Shannon from The Daily DIYer. So I know you're going to love their videos. Go check that out down below. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and stick around a little bit because I love to DIY and make home decor just like this all the time. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye!